On September 27th, 1981, the regime executed 53 people in Isfahan. Among those 53, 3 were members of my family: my mother, Fatemeh Khalife Soltani, my father, Dr. Mohammad Shafaei, and my brother, Mohammad Shafaei.
پدرم پزشک بود، مادرم خانه‌دار. پدرم توی یکی از پزشکای سرشناس
My father was a physician, and my mother was a homemaker. My father worked at one of the well-known clinics in Isfahan, and one of the things he was well known for was that he never charged the poor or those who were financially struggling for his services.
من اون موقع 8 سالم بود. خونمون بعد از اینکه دیگه ستادای سازمان بسته شد اینا، خونه ما محل تجمع و
I was 8 years old at that time. After the organization's central office was closed, our house became a gathering place for meetings. We were at home, my parents and I, when there was a knock on the door, and then they stormed into the house. That was the last time I saw my father.
ظهر بود، من خوابیده بودم، یهو دیدم مادرم منو داره صدا میزنه، گفت که چیزه. بعد وقتی که بلند شدم دیدم مادرم هست و چند تا از این پاس.
It was night, and I was asleep. I remember my mother calling me. She said something, and when I got up, I saw my mother at the door with some of those attackers. Some of them were women wearing chadors, and 1 or 2 of them were armed men standing there. My mother told me that they said they wanted to take her for half an hour for questioning, and that they would bring her back.
به من گفت که همونطوری که باباتو برنگردوندن منم برنمیگردونن که اونجا دیگه من فهمیدم.
She then said to me that just as they didn't bring your father back, they won't bring me back either. That was when I realized they were taking my mother away for execution. Either that day or a few days later, while I was at my uncle's house, Majid came in. Majid, who was 16 at the time, asked what was happening, and I told him that they had taken our parents. That was the last time I saw my brother. After some time, my uncle, who was living in Shiraz, came and took me to Shiraz. One day I saw him very distressed. He was very upset, pacing around the house, so I asked him what was wrong. Without any warning, he told me that they had executed my parents. That's how I found out they had been killed.
اونجا من فهمیدم که اونها رو اعدام کردن. بعد دیگه اینکه حالا چه روزی بود و اینا نمیدونستم که مثلا تو چه روزی دقیقاً اعدام شدن و اینا. اما اونجایی که خودم دیگه به قطعیت
At that time, I didn't know the exact day or date they were executed. But when I got older, I saw a copy of the Etalat newspaper, which mentioned that 53 supporters of the Mojahedin had been executed in Isfahan, including my father, mother, and brother.
توی اصفهان اعدام شدن که اسم پدر و مادر و برادر منم.
My mother's name, Fatemeh Khalife Soltani, was listed at number 17, Mohammad Shafaei at number 23, and Morteza Shafaei at number 24. One of my father's charges was listed as providing medical services to wounded members of the Mojahedin.